What's up, everybody? My name is Seth, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about this super awesome Music Man Stingray RS. The Music Man Stingray RS is a guitar that's been out for a few years now, and pretty much ever since these were announced, I knew I wanted to get one for myself. Even though I'm usually a person who prefers the single cut body style, there was just something about this particular slightly offset double cutaway that really resonated with me when I saw the first pictures of these, and I've always been a huge fan of Music Man guitars, so this just seemed like something that I would really enjoy. Now, this Stingray and this awesome silver burst finish is actually part of a limited run that Music Man did back in the middle of 2021, if I'm remembering correctly, and this guitar is one of only 75 like it in the world, so I'm personally super stoked to say I own one of these because ever since I took this guitar out of the case for the first time, I immediately fell in love with it. Spec-wise, the Stingray comes with a flamed roasted maple neck, an ebony fingerboard with a 10-inch radius and 22 stainless steel frets. The body on this guitar is made out of okume, which from everything I've read online seems to be a wood that's very similar to mahogany, it just tends to be a little bit lighter. Hardware-wise, the Stingray comes with Schaller locking tuners, an Ernie Ball compensated nut. The truss rod adjustment is at the heel just like on every other Music Man guitar, and the guitar also comes with a Music Man tremolo. As far as electronics, we've got 2 humbucker pickups, a single volume, a single tone, and a 3-way selector switch, so super simple. As far as build quality goes, the Stingray is absolutely flawless. There wasn't a single blemish that I could find anywhere on this guitar. The hardware and electronics all work exactly as they should without any issues. The fretwork is perfect, just like every other Music Man guitar I've ever tried, and the tuning on this guitar is super stable. One of the things Music Man is most famous for is having amazing feeling necks, and this guitar is absolutely no exception. The gunstock oil and wax finish on the back of the neck is super smooth to the touch, and you could really slide up and down this neck without any sort of resistance whatsoever. And the neck heel is sculpted perfectly so you can really play those higher frets without anything digging into the palm of your hand. The neck profile itself on the Stingray is pretty interesting because it's an asymmetrical carve, so what that means is on the bass side, the neck is a bit fatter and D-shaped, whereas on the treble side, it's a bit thinner and more C-shaped. And the neck does tend to get thicker as you get closer and closer to that 12th fret. I know some people don't really like the way the Stingray neck feels, and a lot of people say it's a bit too big, but for me personally, I find the neck super comfortable even though I don't have the biggest hands. Another factor that really contributes to how amazing this guitar feels to play is actually the body shape itself. Because all the edges around the guitar have been rounded off so much, there's nothing sharp to dig into you at all. So this guitar really just feels like it melts into you while you're playing it, whether you're playing it sitting down or standing up, and regardless of whether you play it on your right leg or your left leg. As far as how this guitar sounds, I feel like it's pretty well balanced across the frequency spectrum overall. There's a nice percussive attack whenever you're hitting the notes, but it's never so percussive that it gets annoying or overbearing. And there's a nice thickness to each note that you play, whether it's a single note or chords, but it's never, again, so thick that things start to become muddy and undefined. Something worth mentioning is that these pickups do seem to be pretty low output, so I've noticed I have to turn the gain up a little bit higher with this guitar than I do with some of my other guitars. That's not really a bad thing, and that's easily fixed just by, like I said, dialing the gain up a little bit. But the nice thing about this low output is I feel like that helps lend to this guitar still retaining a lot of clarity while also having a nice amount of thickness to it. Alright, I feel like I've been talking enough at this point, so I'm going to play some more sound examples for you guys so you can hear what this guitar sounds like outside of a mix, and then you can let me know what you think about the sound of these pickups in that comment section down below. Overall, the Music Man Stingray is an incredibly well built, amazing playing, and great sounding electric guitar, and it's one that I've been absolutely in love with since the first day that I bought it. The Stingray shape has catapulted its way into becoming one of my favorite guitar shapes of all time, so while I am still very firmly a single cut guy, I am now also a Stingray guy because this shape is just so comfortable to play for long periods of time, and I think it looks pretty awesome too. This is one of those guitars that I can play for hours on end without any interruption whatsoever, and the moment I put it down, all I'll want to do is pick it back up again, because I feel like this guitar just stays out of the way, so to speak, and allows me to be as creative as I want to be in any given moment. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the best traits an electric guitar can have, and it's one that I felt with pretty much every Music Man guitar that I've ever played, but it's especially the case with this one. Because I love this guitar so much, I'm actually also super interested in the new Music Man Stingray HT models that have recently been released. I'm not super crazy about the colors that they come in at this point in time right now, but I really like the idea of a Stingray with higher output pickups and a tunematic style bridge, since that's my personal favorite bridge on a guitar. And I think that's going to pretty much do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing if you haven't done so already. If you're interested in further supporting me in the channel, I've got links to my Patreon in that description box down below, so check that out if you have a second. Until next time, stay safe everybody, and I hope to see you again soon.